I always love to talk up Attila Total War. I love the game, and many of you despise it. Reading the comments are always fun. Anyway, this is part 2 and the final part of the mini Why I Love Attila Total War series. Part 1 focused on how it sets the mood, part 2 will focus on battles. And no other Total War title gets me more excited for a battle than Attila. Reason being, it adds so much more depth to the battle scene, which is lacking in other games. This is done well particularly with formations. This video was inspired by Legend of Total War and his points said on stream.
The different formations in Attila are actually really good. Again, I don't like Total War Attila because I don't think its campaign mechanics are very good. But the battle mechanics in Total War Attila are probably the best in any historical Total War game. Total War Attila did a very good job of the battles. Really, really good. Like, the different formations are actually valuable. The different, like armor-piercing missiles of, like, crossbows versus non-armor-piercing but longer-range, faster-shooting units of archers. Much more tactical. Killing the enemy general is actually worth doing in Total War Attila. You know, Testudo is really good in Total War Attila. The different formations. It's a campaign, I think, that they f***ed up with.
And I 100% agree with all of this. Shield walls and testudos actually are really effective. Archers, crossbows, poison archers, each then with their own types of shot. On top of that, having them on barricades for them to shoot at a faster rate all adds yet another layer of depth. And the terrain, so good on siege maps. They are not multi-layered settlements, but the terrain and how it is used opens up so many more options, like a multi-layered siege also would. The terrain in sieges is like nothing we have seen before in Total War, at least at the time. The ways in which the tower mechanics work is also spot on and reasonably balanced in my opinion. You know, when you think about it, actually attacking an enemy defensive formation, it's got to be tough. It can't be too easy, and I think towers do portray that in a very correct sort of way. And fire is such a satisfying mechanic. They really did nail battles. However, I must also agree with Legend's other point. It is the campaign that really lets this game down, along with the poor optimization, but I believe the optimization is also more of a campaign issue. It is fun, but certainly lacking in depth. It is also a very broken Total War, with many exploits, especially if you play as one of the Romans. But that's what Attila does for me. I am a campaign player. Attila is the only title where I enjoy battles to the same extent as I enjoy the campaign. The two are in, for the first time in the series, equal standing, which I feel should really be the goal of the Creative Assembly. A Total War title where the campaign and the battles are balanced fairly and work together in a way that again is balanced, not one being easier than the other or one being clearly favoured over the other. Battles in Total War are usually shown in the newer titles to be your way to hammer home your success on campaign and really take advantage of that brilliant campaign manoeuvre. But what Rome 1 and Medieval 2 did so well was that they also added the other aspect. If you mess up on your campaign, which you probably will because of the campaign difficulty, you can make up for it on the battlefield. To an extent, this is in the newer titles, but with serious limitations. It's more about the flow of building an empire, rather than building and then having also to hold on to your new land. Yet this old and important feature is brought back with Attila. The campaign is so tough that these battles can become a lifesaver for your campaign, whereas in others, the campaign is not usually hard enough for this to become a factor. You're not fighting battles for survival, you're fighting battles to have an advantage. What it should be is you're fighting battles to have an advantage in some cases, but in other cases, you're fighting battles to simply be able to survive. Again, a new Total War title that is so great, yet is pulled down by just one area. We get this so often. Imagine Empire, but completed and patched from launch. Shogun 2 almost ticks all of the boxes for a perfect campaign, yet the lacking unit variety and faction uniqueness is a major turnoff. Rome 2, same as Empire, so much potential, destroyed by a rushed development at the end, followed by a faulty launch. Attila, brilliant battles, perfect at setting the mood, but fails on the campaign side. The closest to a perfect title, I would say all round, is Warhammer 2. Great in-depth campaign, beautiful and interesting battles, and super unique with all the factions. Yet, what is going on? I love the game so much, but I cannot play it, as I don't have a clue what I am doing or what anything is. All I know about the Warhammer lore is there's these elves who put stone chips into a vortex, and some people called for chaos, and some evil rats no likey with that. I don't even know what this vortex thing even is or does, so to many it is a perfect title, which explains its insane success, yet it fails at welcoming new people in, unlike what a very normal historical title that we've been used to before Warhammer has been able to do. Anyway, I love Attila battles. They are great, and this game, it gets a lot of hate, a lot of criticism, and is often pushed aside and called a Rome 2 DLC. But in my serious opinion, this title is a hidden gem. It's a shame the community does not give it the love, but the biggest shame is on Sega and CA for not allowing the amazingness of this title to really shine. It could have been so much more, but again, it's ruined by a few small, easy to fix issues. I have been MELKOR, daily Total War content here, mostly for Rome 1 and Medieval 2 Total War, but I love to talk about the others when I can also. Until the next one, tomorrow's video, goodbye.